And we are in the Polo Lounge. Polo Lounge. Oh, happy birthday to you. Birthday. Oh, that's really sweet. Well done, Michael. That's a treat. And when you come down here to the basement, you'll get to see of the history. Recommend that. The fitness center. Got a poster around here. And a cafeteria. Oh, and then go down. So, this is the Beverly Hills Hotel. Shall we get the nice McLaren, nice Ferrari. Nicely done, Beverly Hills Hotel. We need to talk about the bartender at the Beverly Hills Hotel. We've just come from there. Michael, very nice guy, talked about bartendering at Salma Hayek's 50th birthday up in the hills somewhere here. And he said, I could smell weed. I was serving Salma Hayek some beautiful cocktails, and over my shoulder I could smell weed. Looked over my shoulder and it was Pierce Brosnan with a huge beard smoking a spliff. Oh, Pierce. So he goes, when someone asks who's smoking weed, he goes, James Bond over my shoulder is smoking weed. So there you go, all sorts of stories. Look at the size of these guys. Yeah. One thing you'll notice about Beverly Hills, nobody's out walking apart from us. This is not a walkable city, even if the sun's out. Look, no one around, middle of the day. So, I think this is it. Let's have a look here. A Wilshire Hotel, maybe? Beverly Wilshire, okay. Here we go. Here we go, babe. Oh. Yeah, in the Beverly Wilshire. Thank you. Get your spot there. Thank you. Hey, in the Wilshire. Who knows? Anyway, let's have a quick look. A quick look through the Wilshire. Got some history there. Ah, here we go.
So they went loud.
Hotel underwent major renovations. Original elevators. Everything else has changed, but the elevators remain the same. Don't know what that is. Elevators remain the same. Thank you. Steven Seagal. Terminator there, Casino, Joe Pesci. Look at the Walter Vito, the Oscars. Amazing. And Gangster Squad. Oh, you did the shirts for Tom in that one as well. Fantastic. What an absolute... Oh, John Candy in the middle there. This, Gene Wilder, Don Rickles. Lovely, look. Redford, James Caan. Look at all these. Oh, look at the Hoff. Look at the Hoff up there. And they got the Prestige. This is quite something fantastic. Okay, all right, I'm back. I'm back in my Spectre hoodie just back from the gym. Thought I'd add a little bit more research. Wrote some things down. This is the book Thrilling Cities by Ian Fleming. So in this book, he writes about staying at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and at every chapter for every city that he went to, he added this, what do you call it? Incidental intelligence. You can see, like, so then in the incidental intelligence, he'd recommend more restaurants and hotels and whatnot. But it was a Beverly Hills hotel that he stayed at. And for those of you keeping count, that's Beverly Hills Hotel 1, Duke's Nil. And then when he went to the Beverly Wilshire, he wrote about it. That's Beverly Wilshire 1, Duke's Nil, in terms of written proof of where Fleming has been and stayed. Okay? No, you let it go. You let it go, Dukes. All right, okay, so that's Thrilling Cities. All the other places in the incidental intelligence has either been knocked down or rebuilt, replaced, especially the police headquarters where he went to see his mate. That's been knocked down. You might have seen that in the film Dragnet. Apparently it's in Dragnet. I need to rewatch that, but that's no longer there. But the Brown's restaurant is, the building at least is there. So he talks about going to Brown's restaurant to see some kind of producer agent in LA that wants to make Fleming rich. It's like a big brown dome. So the building is still there. That's in Koreatown, but we didn't have time to go down there. But that's there if you want to go see it. Now, it's a Korean restaurant now. Apparently it's not Brown's. Right. What else? Oh, okay. Well, I was going to mention Alan Church. Some of you may have seen online that Alan Church has passed away. Many of you probably don't know who Alan was. Hold on a sec, that's mine. Coming. Ordered drinks to the room. This one's for you. That's for you, Alan. Okay. So, Alan was a special effects guy, visual effects, that's why you might not have heard of him, but those that have heard of him, especially in the James Bond community, know that he was very, very passionate about the Bond films. He was an assistant to Maurice Binder, who worked on the pre-titles, sorry, on the title sequences for the Bond films. It's quite hard for me to articulate this, so you'll have to bear with me. But Alan and I, we actually connected. I went to a screening down at the Prince Charles Cinema where they showed a screening of License to Kill, and Alan was doing a presentation that day, and I wrote on social media later that day about how much that the gun barrel where Timothy walks on, I wrote that the music terrified me, and I'd forgotten how much the music it shrieks. It's like lightning when Timmy walks across there. It's like no other gun barrel. Anyway, I wrote that. Alan then reached out to me and goes, "Oh wow, I can't believe you said that," because I had a hand in the edit that day, and I asked to put that music up. I wanted people to be terrified that this was a new James Bond and this is going to be a different animal. And so we connected there. We went for dinner and stayed in touch. And a year or two later, we agreed that I was going to help him write his memoir, because Alan's worked on, I don't know, I guess over 400 odd films, maybe even 600 films, many of which he had not had the credit for. So he's worked on Terminator, he worked on Aliens, and Kroll. I mean, you just go through his IMDb page. His latest work, the Tattooist of Auschwitz, he's been winning awards for, and him and his husband Simon might even be nominated for a BAFTA, which hopefully Alan will get awarded posthumously. But the reason I'm saying this is because I was shocked to learn about Alan passing on the 23rd of December very suddenly, and I just wanted to put out there that he was a really, really good guy to know. Just very, very, he was almost like a kid, the way he told his stories. He would say it like it just happened yesterday, and he would say it with such enthusiasm. It was infectious, his laugh. He would go to cinemas back in the day, he would tell me, and he would take his little tape player and he would record all the Bond films on little cassette players, and he still had everything. He collected everything. He never threw anything away. And you know, he would go to these cinemas and not only love the films that he was watching, he would love the cinemas himself, and he would go on later in his career to try and help save those cinemas when them cinemas were in trouble. He would photograph everything. He would walk into cinemas, photograph the lobbies, the changing rooms. Some of these theatres were also used as theatres, like for production shows. And he would then give these photos to the cinema managers, so they would let him in for free. Anyway, he would have such amazing stories, and I guess we were about, I don't know, it's hard to tell, maybe about a quarter, maybe a third of the way through writing his memoir, and I've got him all on tape. I don't know what we're going to do with him at this stage. I've spoken to his husband Simon about it, and we'll figure out how best to use that material in a way that we can celebrate Alan's life. So I just wanted to say something about Alan, because it really hit me when I heard. I woke up Christmas Day and looked at my phone and got that email. So there we are. There we have it. All right, guys. Well, on that note, on that bombshell, I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to have a toast to Alan. If you've got a drink in your hand, have a toast soon. And that's the view I'm going to leave you with. Onto the Panama Canal.